angels. From the moment we are conceived until we take our last breath, they are involved in every facet of our lives, influencing us to make the right choices and keeping us safe from danger. Most people have a basic idea of what an angel is, but as you're about to find out, there is much more to them to what we previously thought. Alright guys, so I'm absolutely ecstatic about today's subject. We're talking all about angels today. Alright, so what are angels? What's going on? What are they? Angels are benevolent beings made out of light. And they serve three main functions. They're here to guide us, to protect us, and they're also messengers of God. So what do angels look like? Well, to our senses, they're invisible because they are interdimensional beings, meaning that they originate from the higher dimensions and they can materialize in the third dimension in any form that they choose. Usually it's human form, but they can show up in their angelic form as well. Angels are rarely seen by humans, and usually when they do appear to humans, it coincides with some sort of important message that they want to share with that specific person. Alright, so let's say you're one of the lucky few people that gets to see a real life angel in its true form at some point in your life, which is very possible, it does happen. So depending on the ranking of the angel, they will look different. So the lower ranked angels, like guardian angels, they look like us, they look like humans, but they're wearing white robes and have huge wings covered in white feathers. And right before you see them, you will see a flash of white light that makes you really happy and also very scared because, of course, you're seeing an angel. And the higher ranked angels have more than 2 wings. Usually it's 4, 6, possibly even 8 wings. For example, the cherubims, they have 4 faces. One face looks like a man, another face is a bull, another face is an eagle, and another face looks like a lion. So cherubims are guardians of God. They encircle God's throne at all times, protecting him from any nuisance that could possibly be trying to get close to God but is not worthy. Higher ranked angels, the more alien they look, more non-human that they look. If you see a cherubim or an ophinim or a seraphim, like angels that are, close to God, close to his throne, chances are that you are a very special person and you have a very special purpose in your life. So angels in human form, how often is this happening? Well, all the time. You've probably met angels multiple times in your life and didn't even know it. So I'm gonna post a Bible verse real quick, Genesis chapter 19, verse 1 through 11. Prophet Lot, peace be upon him, had 2 angels appear to him and they look like young men. In fact, not only did they come and visit him in human form and they look like regular people, they also slept over that night and had dinner with him that night. Okay, so they're completely indistinguishable versus me and you. Like if you saw an angel walking down the street, you wouldn't even know it. So how do angels interact with us humans? So they interact with us actually on a daily basis. Your intuition, what is that? That bad feeling that you get, that when you're going into a situation, that's your angel giving that bad feeling, warning you. That's your guardian angel specifically. And it goes both ways. So if you have a good feeling about someone or a certain situation, something's telling you to go for it, also your guardian angel trying to guide you to the right path. Touched by an angel. All right, so a lot of you guys, 90s kids, remember that TV show called Touched by an Angel? So that's actually a phenomena. So if you've ever experienced that buzzing that starts from the crown of your head and goes all the way down, kind of like buzzes throughout your whole body, and you're just shaking, and you feel this awesome joy that comes about your entire body. Yeah, that's actually an angel that has literally touched you, has encountered you, and it's just showing you love. So I also have to add in the fact that angels, unlike demons, never take the form of animals. They only show up on earth as humans. So just a little fun fact for you guys. So angels will actually interact with you while you sleep as well. What they'll do is they'll show up in your dream. They'll look like humans, like me and you. The difference is that when they show up in your dreams, you're gonna feel loved, you're gonna feel calm, and you're just gonna have this overall warmth and comfort being around this individual in your dream. They'll typically show up just to give you guidance and share some sort of message that is coming straight from God. And yes, children. Angels love children. They're attracted to their sinless nature. Children are as close to angels as we have on earth, because they come straight from heaven and they haven't sinned yet. They are constantly playing with children. You know, when children have imaginary friends, they're not imaginary. They're real. They're playing with angels. Sometimes demons, but more often than not, they're playing with angels. And whenever you see, you know, a newborn baby, like, you know, talking to something that's not there, or sort of like doing this whole thing, grabbing at something that's in the air, they're like looking at something in the air. Yeah, they're looking at angels. So angels, human form. Why do they come here? Are they coming here just to hang out? Are they coming here just to go fishing with angel buddies? No, not at all. So obviously they come here for a purpose. They come here for 3 reasons. Those reasons being, they come here to test us, they come here to guide us, and in certain crazy situations, they come here to actually save our lives. All right, so I'll give you some examples. For testing, they'll show up as a homeless person, and God is testing you to see what your character's like, if you have a big compassionate heart. So make sure you're helping out the needy, because he's watching. He's watching. I'm actually going to post a Bible verse right over here showcasing that angels will show up as anybody, just to encounter you, to test you, to guide you, all that stuff. They'll also show up as a person in need. So let's say, for example, someone got hurt, someone fell off their bike and they're asking for help or whatever. God is testing you to see how you're gonna react. Are you gonna ignore that person, or are you actually gonna help them, you know, help them get up, call an ambulance if need be, encourage them, stuff like that. So that's also a test to look out for. A person of lesser status. Let's say like a person that is not of your status in societal level. So let's say it's a person that, you know, doesn't have as much money as you, isn't as attractive as you, isn't as smart as you, is interacting with you. Are you gonna treat them with arrogance, with pride, or are you gonna treat them with respect, dignity, you know, help them out if they ask? So it's also another test to look out for. That's very subtle. Not a lot of people know about that one. All right, guidance. So yes, sometimes angels show up in human form to guide us. So I'll give you an example how this happens. Let's say you're on an airplane, you're flying somewhere, it's a 4 to 6 hour flight, and you're sitting next to a stranger. But there's something different about the stranger. The stranger exudes a sort of a warmth, light to them, right? And turns out they're very religious or very spiritual, and they give you their testimony without judging you, give you their testimony, how God has improved their life, made it better, and how, there's the kicker, how they see that you're ready to ascend to the next level in terms of, you know, finding God, and that he's calling out for you, right? This is a dead giveaway that you're interacting with an angel. It doesn't have to be like an airplane too. It could be on a cab. It could be on the streets. Someone could be staring at you and telling you you're ready. You're ready. You know, God's calling you. Sometimes it can be that straight up. You know, it doesn't have to be like something, you know, as overt as, you know, telling you that God's calling you. It could also be like you're at a store trying out some new clothes, and a random stranger says, "Oh, hey, that shirt looks really nice on you." You know, sometimes they just want to make you feel better, right? So that's the beauty of angels, right? They're made out of love, pure love. They have a sinless nature. They just want to help you. If you're having a bad day, they want to make you feel better. All right, so sometimes angels are going to straight up save your life. All right, again, this doesn't happen too often. This is in extreme cases, but there has been reports of people being in car crashes, and a random stranger will come out of nowhere, pull them out of the car. Sometimes these cars are on fire, by the way. Pull them out of the car, get them out safely, and as soon as help arrives, this person disappears. All right, this has been reported many times, countless times. So guys, it's amazing. It really is how angels are there to protect you. I'm also going to post another Bible verse here that says that God will send his angels to protect us in all our ways. It's amazing. Guys, if you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. Much love. Peace and blessings. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about guardian angels. So guardian angels are the angels that are closest to us in the physical realm. They're guarding us 24/7. In Islam, it is believed that guardian angel, there's always an angel in front of us and one behind us. They are very good at what they do. So not only do they offer us protection through our intuition, they're speaking through us subconsciously, but they offer us actual physical protection. So there's been stories of people being in absolutely chaotic, catastrophic car accidents, and they come out of the car accident completely unscathed without a scratch. This happens a lot more often than you think. And on top of that, there's also been cases where people have been shot at point blank within a foot or two, and the bullet misses completely. And then guardian angels are also able to influence other people's minds to protect, keep you away from danger. So I'll give you guys an example. If you guys, I don't know if you guys remember, but there was a Miami building collapse 2 years ago in 2021 where like 100 people died. You know, it was a huge condo building in Miami, and then it collapsed on itself. Super tragic and super sad. So there was actually this guy, he was on a date with this young lady, and he was at her place. And they were having a few drinks or whatever, and he was actually about to go home back to his condo. And then right before he left, she stopped him. She's like, hey, you know, like I really enjoyed your company. Why don't you stay over the night? You know, he ended up staying over the night. And that same night, his building collapsed, and had he gone home, he would have passed away. So again, it's absolutely crazy. I really hope that he married that girl. All right, so signs that they're close by. So angels, as you already know, they're constantly around us, watching us, protecting us. Sometimes they're gonna give us little clues that they're gonna be like, oh hey, by the way, I'm here. I'm looking out for you. Don't worry about it. So one of the signs that they use is repeating numbers. You know, we've all heard of angel numbers. Well, it's an actual thing. So it's not just limited to like 1111 or 444. They choose numbers that specifically speak to you. So let's say, for example, your favorite number, your lucky number is number 12. They're gonna, on purpose, create synchronicities for number 12 to pop up. So you'll be driving, you'll see number 12 on the license plate. You're gonna see number 12 on an ad. You're gonna see number 12 at the shopping mall when you're buying stuff. Things of that nature. That's angels setting that up to remind you that you're being protected. Music lyrics. All right, this is you know, a favorite for a lot of people. So let's say, for example, you're shopping at the grocery store, and you know you're worried about something, or you know you're looking for an answer for something, and then a song is playing at the grocery store that gives you a clue of what to do or makes you feel better. The lyrics are literally speaking to you. That's not a coincidence. That happened on purpose. Angels are setting up with synchronicities. Crazy stuff. So another really common one that maybe not a lot of people are aware of is flashes of lights in the corner of your eyes. So again, this is another sign that the angels are watching over you. Teaser that they're you know, they got your back. So little fun one for you guys to look out for. Commercials / ads. So a little personal story time, right? So I remember one time I was really angry. I was at the store, I don't know what happened, I was caught up in traffic and I had a flat tire that day or something, and I was at the cash, and the cashier was just like making me frustrated or whatever. And I remember looking over at the water that I was buying, and I think it was like the brand was called Just Breathe, or it just said like Just Breathe on it. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. You know, it's like I felt like the universe was speaking to me. It's the angels setting up the synchronicities. It's God, right? So that's an example. You know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced that as well. Like you'll be driving, you'll see an ad that says like a phrase that speaks to your current condition or circumstance. Yeah, that's not a coincidence. That's the message from God, from the angels. So what are some angelic abilities? What are angels able to do? Well, they can travel interdimensionally, all the way from the 10th dimension to the 3rd dimension effortlessly. They can disappear, appear just like that. They could travel at the speed of light. They have the power of telepathy, meaning that they're able to implant thoughts into our mind. So let's say, for example, you have the thought of helping out a little old lady when she dropped her stuff, right? That's from, the angels. Or just a thought comes in to tell you to do the right thing in general. Those thoughts are from angels / God. They're able to affect the weather. So I learned this recently. So in Revelations, I'm going to post the Bible verse right over here. In Revelations, God talks about how during the end times, the angels are going to be stopping the 4 winds on the 4 corners of the earth, meaning that they can actually affect the weather. Yeah, y'all know X-Men, Storm? She's the X-Men that can control the weather and all that stuff. She actually had her powers based off of angelic abilities. So angels are actually able to let people borrow their strength. So I'm going to give you guys an example. So let's say a mother is coming home and her child is under the car, is about to be crushed by the car. The mother comes to the car weighs probably like 5,000 pounds. She goes there, deadlifts the car off at the child comes out, or someone pulls the child out, and then she drops it, right? That is an angel literally coming there to assist the mother. This is actually referenced in the movie Angels in the Outfield. Yes, Angels in the Outfield. Where you see the baseball catcher being lifted up by the angels, or the batter being supplemented by the angel. Yeah, that stuff actually happens, but very rare. Again, this is used in emergency situations, not during pickup baseball. During my research, I found a couple of really interesting archangels. Everyone already knows about Gabriel, Michael, Raphael. Those are the very well-known archangels, but there's a couple that are lesser known that are really cool, and they specialize in certain things. So the first one is the angel of death, AZRAEL. All right, so he's very famous in Islam. So what he does is when someone passes away, he takes away the soul from the body, and depending on if the person was righteous or wicked, he shows up in 2 different forms. One of the forms, if they're righteous, he's going to show up like a regular angel, just sort of like in a dark robe, but he's going to be, friendly. He's going to be gentle when he takes out the soul, and, guide the person to heaven and answer any questions that they may have about what happened, sort of give them comfort in notifying them that they've passed on. So to the wicked, he shows up in his second form, which is very terrifying. So he shows up all black. He's completely covered in black wings and has hundreds of tongues. The entire time he's screaming, and it's like a blood-curdling scream. And on top of that, he takes the person's soul and literally rips it out in the most violent, most painful way and drags it straight to hell. So yeah, that's not something that you want to look forward to the moment that you pass away. A little fun fact, so the Grim Reaper, that skeleton with the robe and the scythe, that's based off of AZRAEL as well. So we're just gonna lighten the mood a little bit here with the next archangel that is super fascinating. So her name is Lailah. She is the archangel of conception / pregnancy. So what she does is when a man impregnates a woman, she takes the semen of the man and takes it in front of God, and then God decides what the baby's gonna look like. He decides what the baby's personality is going to be like, and he even decides what the baby's destiny is going to be. The only thing he doesn't decide is whether or not the baby will be righteous or wicked, because the baby has free will, and no one, not even God, can impede on free will. So once that's all decided, Lailah chooses the soul from the Garden of Eden, from heaven, and then flies it all the way down to the 3rd dimension and puts it inside of the fetus that is growing inside of the pregnant woman. By the way, this all happens almost instantaneously, because again, up in the highest dimension, there is no such thing as time. So even though here it might seem like it happened right away, over there this might have taken, in comparison, maybe several months, several years, right? So pretty cool stuff. Lailah is pretty interesting. So again, she prepares the soul. You know, she sits down with the soul and explains like what its destiny is going to be. It kind of explains what Earth's going to be like, and you know, are you ready? Are you sure that you want to come to Earth? Because coming to Earth is pretty hard. You know, once the soul signs off and be like, yeah, I'm ready, let's do this. She sends it back into the fetus, and right before it's born, she wipes the memory clean. You know, hits it right here, hits it with something, and then blank slate, and only little remnants. The soul's history is still in its subconscious, but this is completely wiped out by the time the child is 4 years old. Alright guys, so we're going to go over the Holy Scriptures of both the Bible and the Quran, talking about angels. Alright, so let's start off with 2 Kings chapter 19 verse 35. The angel of the Lord killed the entire Assyrian army, 185,000 people killed in one night by an angel. Yeah, don't pick a fight with an angel. And it's a good thing they have our back. Very good thing. Quran. Ayah al-Araf. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I gotta work on my Arabic. I'm sorry. Astaghfirullah. God, when he created men, Adam, he actually made all the angels in heaven bow down to humans, except one refused. Guess who it is? Lucifer, of course. Which also speaks on how much God loves us, by the way. Like, if he made angels, which are, you know, and for most accounts, a much more superior creation over us with their abilities and, you know, higher dimensional beings, all that stuff, he made them bow down to humans. Just shows how much he loves us. We're his favorite creation, guys. We're divine beings. You are special. We're that special. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Quran 82:10. Angels are recording everything. From the moment that you're born to your last breath, you always have 2 angels recording every single thing that you do. One of them records the bad things that you do, and one of them records all the good things. And at the end of your life, when you pass away, you're, you know, standing in front of God and his angels, and they literally will play everything that you did throughout your life. They're going to play all the good stuff and all the bad stuff, and then they're going to weigh on a scale your good deeds versus your bad deeds, and from there they're going to decide whether or not you make it to heaven or you go to you know where. So yeah, guys, just know that your whole life up until this point, if you made it this far in your life, and you know you're watching this video right now, nothing's a coincidence. You're here for a reason, and you're watching this video for a reason. So just know that angels got your back. Angels got your back, right? You just got to do your best to be a good person and try to stay away from all the bad stuff. I know we're not perfect, all that stuff, but if you're ever feeling down or that you have bad luck, just know that you're here for a reason. You've made it this far. A lot of people, I'm sure you guys are the same thing, but I've known a lot of people that didn't make it to this age. God bless. Take care, y'all, and thank you so much for watching. Give me a like, subscribe if you liked the video. Really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. God bless.